the very first posture point we want to make is taking the correct stance when you go to start to pitch. When you're beginning your drills, the best position to take is with both feet at 45-degree angles, which we covered. And then also you'll notice at this point that my center of gravity is right down the middle of my body. My weight is distributed evenly on both feet. When I want to take a drill position, especially the IR drills, I recommend that what you do is you have the student actually get all their body weight over their left leg, okay? So that you can see that my knee and that my hip and my shoulder are all connected in a straight line. And the same thing applies in the back, okay? That my knee, my hip, and my shoulder, albeit slightly angled forward, are all connected, okay? And so a lot of people call it stacked, but what we want to make sure that we don't do is get so wide in our base, okay, that we end up having our knee behind. It makes it a lot easier to develop a very poor posture at that point. And as we progress through pitching, it'll be a point to get back into the stacked position, but when you start in your drill, make sure your weight is forward over your front foot, and this will allow you easily to minimize your torso movement. And one of the things that I see a lot of young players do, incorrectly, is they get real pushy-pulley. They tend to send or push their bodies in directions of the ball. So when you're throwing and learning to throw, really recommend that you stabilize these four corners. Don't allow them to make any types of movements whatsoever. Is to make sure that we're isolating the movement for what it is. So for instance, for lock it in, we're not going to start up here and create more movement than we need. Lock it in, what we're going to do is drop our hands to our sides, turn our hand out, and go. Okay? Our go is to here. It's not a bend of the elbow, it's a reach back. Hand the ball to someone behind you and then throw it through. Okay? Start here, relax, hand the ball, throw it. Okay? From the side, if our posture is correct and both of our feet are at 45s, all right, it's going to look such as this. All right, all the way through. Here, all the way through. Okay, let's talk about back chaining. Back chaining is performing the motion backwards. It's really important that you take advantage of this because it allows for you to get 2 repetitions for the price of 1. Okay, so hands comfortably relaxed to my side. Turn my hand out a little bit to start here. Okay, and then from here we bring back, and then we bring forward right to where we came. Reverse chain, forward chain. Okay, reverse chain, forward chain. All right, the lock-it-in drill is so important in that it allows us to actually isolate the movement of the forearm. Okay, it actually allows us to create a bit of a lag position, and then from that lag position, actually accelerate down through. Okay, so we come back and we accelerate through. All right, come back, accelerate through. So it's very important that as we perform this drill, that we do so with our elbow resting at our side, not in front of it. I see a lot of kids who will let their elbow come into their midline. This is a valgus position of the elbow, puts a lot of stress on the inside part of our elbow. Start here and just come back to here. As you can see, I'm still in contact here. Okay, and from here I'm simply going to pull, lead with my pinky, back down to where I started. Starting position is your arms relaxed at your side, feet 45-degree angle. You do not want your feet too far apart. Put them nice and close together, shoulder width apart. Get your weight over your front foot by lifting your right heel. This is starting position, relaxed and comfortable. Your go position is simply turning your wrist out and handing the ball backwards to someone behind you. And then from here, simply remove the forearm from the side. Okay? Lock it in does not look like this. Okay? Lock it in looks like this. Okay? And from here, all you do, again, relax at your sides, turn the ball out, here, all the way through. Okay? Start here, turn the ball out, back, all the way through. Okay? The goal is not to have any pauses. The goal is to be able to lock it in, all right, without any pauses. We go back to go forward. It is not bending the arm up. Okay? This is wrong, because what it ends up being something that looks like this, a sidearm throw. Okay? What we want to do is hand it back and get back to where we started. So we start here to get here. Okay? That should be your goal when you're learning these drills. Don't let them bring their elbow way up like this. Just hand the ball back and get back to where you started. Okay? Start here, get here. The whole point is that if we start here, okay, our goal is to get back there. So we start here, get back there, okay? Start here, get back there, okay? Start here, get back here, okay? From the side, it looks like this. Start here, get back to here, okay? Start here, get back to here, okay? Do yourselves a favor and videotape your kids performing these drills. And what I think you'll find is that kids cannot tell time at all. All right, so what I see most kids do is I'll say, hey, let's do lock it in. And they're like, okay, here we go, lock it in. That's not lock it in, okay? Let's do 9 o'clock. Okay, here's 9 o'clock. That's not 9 o'clock. It's very simple. 6 is here, directly underneath my shoulder. Okay, the clock is a reference to our shoulder. So 6 o'clock is here. Okay, 9 o'clock is here. 12 o'clock is here, and 3 o'clock is there, okay? So if you're going to come up, we don't want the ball to exceed 9 o'clock at any time, right? In fact, I can just use a reference as my arm being parallel to the ground, all right? That should be a good 9 o'clock position, as far as you need to go. Hand the ball backward, bring it forward, okay? Hand the ball backward, bring it forward. So when you do the 9 o'clock drill, make sure that your 9 o'clock is your lock it in plus a little movement away from the body. This is a 9 o'clock position. Back chain to this position, forward chain through, okay? Once your daughter has made the progression to actually learn the proper positions of how far to go in the chain and how to start correctly, okay? Once she's learned that, the goal is not to segment the movements. The goal is to perform them all the way through, all right? So to give you an example, what I see a lot of kids do, even after they get the movements down correctly, is they'll come up to here, they'll hold it, and then you'll see a gear up and come down, all right? Rather than do that, all we're going to do is we're going to relax here. We're going to turn our hand out to start here, and from here we're going to come back and just whip through, okay? Here we're going to come back and just whip through. All right, that's our goal. Isolate the bottom part of the circle. It's the whip. It's the most important part. And if you're not doing the drills correctly, then you're just wasting time. When you do Liberty or Show It, let's go to Show It. Show It's another one that's very common that you'll see kids wrap the ball in front of their body. When I wrap the ball such as this, I'm creating a movement of my shoulders in this direction, okay, to which I will counter-rotate the moment I begin to start. When I throw with kids with Show It, my intention is not to allow their hand ever to get beyond 12 o'clock. So 12 o'clock would be here all the way down through to here, okay? So 12 o'clock is here, not here. 9 o'clock is here, not here. All right, lock it in is here, not here, or here. When you get up and Show It, it's handy to actually bring our weight back onto it. So we start stacked over our left foot, and then we bring our weight back over our right foot. Okay, so we're here, bring it back over our right foot, and then come forward. What I see a lot of kids doing that they should really get out of, because it's excessive movement, is they'll do this. Okay, they'll come back, and then they'll go out to leap, right? Leaping out such as that isn't really going to help in any shape or form. It's a drill, okay? And in this drill, let's isolate. Let's keep the movements to a minimum to really help prevent excessive movements so that we can isolate the particular one that we're working on, which is indeed the whip.